All right, look at that. Look at that. We're podcasting. Fellas, look. Look. The clouds have parted. We're the rain has lifted. We're here. And yeah, Cappy just woke out. I have my coffee with my official John Fitch mug, the official MMA fighter of the Red Pill community. That coffee is a little cool. A little cool. I might microwave it later. So, it is finished. Now Christian's like, oh, here Cappy's gonna go on his anti-Christian thing. I'm not anti-Christian. I'm anti-cultist and I'm anti-fake Christian. I'm anti-people who use religion, any religion for that matter, to lord and abuse over others. And when we were in the Nazi concentration camp, I mean the Wisconsin Synod Lutherans, every Easter's coming up too, isn't it? They crucified Jesus, and then why have you forsaken me? It is finished. And a truly debauched. It's gonna be way off color. I love it. In a truly debauched and blasphemous way. I should yell that out after I come during having sex. So as we got older and we realized just how stupid, like Easter service would always be like, he has risen, he has risen, he has risen. Like after you go to the thing, in case you were wondering, does he get up from the grave this time? Easter service, which smelled nice because of all the lilies. I did enjoy that. At the end, he has risen, shaking his shot. He has risen, he has risen, he has risen. Like last year. And it almost makes you wonder what the point of going to church is, especially nowadays, now that it's like, he has risen for lesbian vagina. He has risen, Black Lives Matter. And so now it's always a joke. It is finished. You know, you finish your macaroni. It is shut up. The movie, it is finished. Ah, blasphemy so early in the morning. But the book, that's what I was talking about. It's finished. I pen the last word. And that's not really when you finish it. I'm a professional, big time author person thing. I'll tell you how it works. You write it, but you're always constantly polishing and editing as you go along, making sure it flows. All right. It maintains consistency, right cadence, right tone. Not going on any tangents. Pace is good. All right, finished. Nice and marathon. Boom, done. So then you read the last couple pages or paragraphs. Tweak that. Oh, there's a wrong word. Da da da. And then you're done. And then from the author standpoint, like then it goes off to editing. And of which you guys know, my editing is a group of good friends, including TJ Martinell at tjmartinell.com, whose books you should get. He's been very helpful and kind in helping out. Jack Napier, Vince over at Masculine Geeks, he read a copy, and usually you send it out, you know, like, oh yeah, I'll get to that, and they never do. Well, Vince is already like Bachelor Huts. I'm like, holy cow, you're like 80% done with the thing. How do you must have been bored. Your lady boys must have not come over from the elementary school next door. I kid. It's middle school. But and then they give me all the changes and the mistakes. Then I send it to the female editors because the female editors are superior to male editors. I will say that. Women are just better editors because they love catching mistakes. They love to point out where you're wrong. Oh, they love it. They go to the sex toy place. Oh, I get to edit somebody's work and find every mistake. Blah. God, I'm awfully crass this morning. Very, very crass. And that's why your teachers in the 4th grade marked with big red ink. Yeah, it is there. F minus. Ah! And you're like, fuck you, lady. You will always be a fourth grade teacher. Fuck you. I'm going to go on to bigger and better things. Like what? Don't know, but it's going to not be that hard to be bigger and better than you. Literally, being an Uber driver is more productive and more useful to society than being a teacher, especially fourth grade teacher. And then, so I finished it, and now I just wait for the mistakes to come back, get my paper graded. But I was like, why am I not? Usually it's like a big build up to a big finish. I even finished one of my books at Captain Tony's, which is the original bar that Ernest Hemingway would drink at in the Florida Keys. And coincidence happened to be that we were going to go to the Florida Keys. I'm like, I'm going to save the last sentence to film it. And like, why? Do you like Ernest Hemingway? And I never read a letter, never read a word. Don't know one. I couldn't name one book he wrote. Couldn't. I just know that he was down there and there are cats around his compound. That's it. That's all I know. But there was a buildup usually to every book that I'd finish. Like, oh, and I'm finally, it's like getting out of school. I mean, like, here's this, and this time it wasn't. It was anticlimactic. I just kind of finished and I'm like, huh. Kind of like, but now it's been a slow burn. Because as you guys know, when I write, oh, Jack, talk about whiny little bitches. Let's talk about Jack Napier a little bit. So you know that Bugs Bunny cartoon? It has the big dog and the little dog, and they're both wearing Muggsy hats. The little dog's, hey, Spike, you want Spike? Spike, hey, man, yeah, Spike's my pal. That was Jack Napier this entire process. Like, I have never even had, to be deadly serious, I've never had a woman nag me as much as that little Scandinavian bitch. Holy shit. Did you get my editing? Did you get it? Did you get that? I sent a sample. Spike. I'm like, Jack, swear to fucking Christ, you're going to see me before you make it here. I'm going to fly over there and punch you in the face. I'll have to step on a stool to reach your face. Oh, my God. This is good for you, but that has chemicals. Oh, my God, the thing with the women and the chemicals. Everything has chemicals. Oh, my God, that has chemicals. So, on the astronomically infinitesimal chance that chemical, which there's been no research done, might cause cancer within me. But you telling me everything has a chemical in it is going to raise my cortisol level from 0 to 1,000. And somehow this is going to be good for my health. Shink, shink, kapoo, kapoo. Look at all the bird feathers flying around. Oh, my God. I forgot where I was going until but Jack was being a whiny little bitch. And, but point was I finished it, and now it's been a nice slow burn up. I'm like, oh, I don't have to write hours on end. The weather's finally getting nice here in Vegas. It really is beautiful outside. I'm like, oh man, what hike are we going to do today? I don't know if I was just in the zone or what, because when you're writing, you're not paying attention. Like, I almost ran through a red light because I was so out of it. Like, I had to, like, okay, get away from the computer screen. Go hike a circle. Go out in the mountains to go do a hike. And even after the hike, I don't even remember the hike. Like, I remember it, but I don't remember being tired. And this one isn't a particularly exhausting hike, but there's an incline you got to go. And I remember scenes from the hike. I remember a guy who was double amputee. He had no feet, but he had the foot attachments. So he was hardcore. I remember that. There's a school of kids coming down. You know, the well-behaved kids. You guys remember that? The, what was it? The goody two-shoe kids, the perfect attendance types, or the honor roll, and they get to have their little field trip. They get to go to the roller rink. Well, that's why I surmise this to be, because the hike I went on, Calico Base, Atham, look it up. It's a circle. You go around Craft Mountain. And I don't want to. There's some downhill and uphill to it. But there's also a lot of crevasses that you got to climb up or climb down, depending whether you're going clockwise or counterclockwise. You got that? Okay, we got that. So I was going counterclockwise. And out comes a guy a little bit younger than me and some gal a little bit younger than me. And then behind them is like this trail of quail, not little kids, but like high school kids, come about high school age, and they're hopping out. And I thought at first it was like a family. And more kids kept coming. And then the races didn't add up. And I can't remember. I look back, like, one of the mother and father just went, well, they're both white. Well, that's not their kid unless they adopted. I'm like, oh, it's a school. And like, sorry, there's a fair amount of them. And I'm waiting, thinking like, oh, it's going to be like 5. I'm like, there's like 20 kids. And I kind of looked and I'm like, when's it going to end? And I said, okay, screw it. I'm going to go up the other way. Now, here's where I'm cool. Let me explain where I'm cool. I'm almost 50, right? And I'm in okay shape. Here's these high school kids. And they were coming down the safe way. But there was another way to get up, but it required you kind of jumping jack your way. Like you spread your legs and your feet out in between a shaft and kind of ooch your way up. And that's what I did, which you could do if you're in shape. And these kids, dude, check them out. I'm like, yeah, man, it's pretty good compliment. Some, 16, 17-year-old kids who should be faster and stronger than you are like, man, that guy's a baller. He's climbing up to look at what he's doing. So I got up to the next level up on that whatever plateau, and there's still a line waiting to come down the safe way. I'm like, God, Jesus. So then I loop around, and then sure enough, the bus is there. I'm like, oh yeah, it was the goody two shoes. You look at those kids; they look like the well-behaved kids. They look like kids that would show up and perfect attendance. Like, oh, no wonder you can't climb down the dangerous way, following the rules all the time. I should probably be thankful because they're the ones going to be paying my Social Security, so I probably shouldn't mock them too much. But I was just like, and they're like, okay, kids, let's go around here. I'm like, don't you kids got driver license? Can't you go drive out and do this on your own? Anyway, but I remember that. And then I remember the incline part, the hard part. And I think I stopped once, or usually I stop 2 or 3 times. So I was in good shape. And I remember some old Asian ladies, showed the old Asian, just a cadre of them there on top of the spine. And they're good. They had their hiking poles and everything. But they were arguing furiously, I presume in Chinese, I mean, they were really pissed off at each other. And I had no idea what was going on. Hilarious though, a bunch of little 5'0" old Asian ladies cursing and swearing at their own language. I remember that, but I'm coming back and I got back home like, did I go for a hike? I wasn't like tired, I wasn't exhausted. Like, what? Did I dream that? The kids and the old Asian ladies yelling at each other? I almost blew through a red light on the way back home. And so I must have been out of it. I was really out of it. And but then this morning I woke up. Maybe it's my John Fitch mug. Who you can get? JohnFitch.net. And then now it's slowly like it's dawning on me like, oh, I don't have to write 10 hours a day today. I don't have to. I get to go out and enjoy. I get to go toss the ball with dog of no real value. I might go for a motorcycle. It's weird. It's like it is almost like summer school. Like, oh, I get to do whatever I want. I think maybe it's just the concept. Like you don't have to do this. You get to do whatever you want. What? Anything? Really? You'll prove it? Great movie. I will prove my love to you. Really? Oh. So yeah, now it's just kind of like, oh, maybe it is like that first day you wake up after school. That's like, oh, what do I do? God, I remember being a kid. We knew exactly what we were going to do. We're going to go look for frogs. We're going to go ride our bikes. We're going to go do something. But I decided to do a podcast for my fellow loving peeps, for my folk, my kin, my podcast folk, because we haven't done one in a while. And hopefully this is the beginning of normalcy. I got about 3 more weeks in Vegas. I'm going to head back to the Northern Command, do a little bit of landscaping. And I'm gonna maybe take a long break. Like, no, there'll be podcasting and asshole consulting, but no more books, no, not for 2022. 2022, there ain't no, I'm not doing anything. I'm not traveling to anyone. I'm not speaking any conferences. No offense to people who invited me. I don't have the energy. I love Fresh and Fit. They are like brothers who are brothers. I'm not flying that 5.5 hours to Miami. I am going to sit down and do nothing, and I'm going to enjoy my damn house, and I'm going to hike. I'm going to go look for fossils. I'm riding my motorcycle. And while I'm here, I got to get the golf in, which has gotten insanely expensive. It's like, oh my God, what the hell happened? And so, yeah, it's going to be vacation time and just get back to normal. Although I will have to advertise the book. Oh, the book, by the way, if you didn't know, it's what the hell is it? The Menu, Life Without the Opposite Sex. It is hands down the most depressing thing I've written. Not because I want to be a nihilist or I'm a doomer pill or blah. It has nothing. It isn't. It's just, if you assume the opposite sex wants nothing to do with you, here's all the logical conclusions and things you can do in life to have point, purpose, and reason. And just go through it, man. Now, there's a lot of fun things to do. Well, there's everything to do on the list. But I was going through the logic, like, well, if girls don't want you or guys don't want you, X, Y, and Z. And the conclusions are pretty sad and depressing. But when I got, and there's a female part. There's the first time I've written to a female audience. So when I'm going to the female part, it goes, well, since no guy's really going to marry you or meet your standards, you get to look at a lady. Since you're going to be childless and familyless. Postulate number 1, you're going to die alone. Conclusions A, B, C, and D. Wow. And this is supposed to tell you why you should continue living. This is a book like, here's all the things you can do. Here's the menu of life. Since you're too fat, no one wants to fuck you. Here's what you get to do. Since you're a porn-addicted perma-virgin, you're never going to deliver what girls want. Here's what you get to do. The Bachelor Hut alone. Oh, by the way, I don't know if the book would be for all you guys, because I think we all kind of talk. The paradox is, if you tune into me, you've inevitably picked up 80% of it. The Bachelor Hut is new. I've come up with the Bachelor Hut. That's new. But if you're feeling down, I guess maybe I should promote it. Fred offed himself. The intro is a dedication to Fred, basically saying, God, Fred, I wish you wouldn't have done that. But we got people in the audience bumping themselves off, or as Pete, the guy you refused to invite to social gatherings, says, rope. Rope yourself. Maybe y'all should read it. Maybe you guys say, oh, there is point, purpose, and reason in life. Like, yeah, there is. Please don't rope yourself. And once again, I will profit off of the misery and pain and agony that we have inflicted upon each other. Though I will say women started it. I will say that. That I think we can pretty conclusively agree with, that women started this with their feminism. Like, I don't think has a guy ever said, we don't need no woman? I mean, it really is going back to the 60s. You girls have a 60-year track record. Your grandparents, your grandmas now, they're the ones that said they didn't need no man. That you started it. You really, this is like your kids. So, well, they started it. We were just sitting here saying, boy, I kind of like girls, and they, where the hell did that come from? Why? What's wrong with you? What did we do? We're just playing with their trucks. Oh, well. Let's go to the super chat so I don't fall too far by. Taiwan, 2 British euros. Or no, 2 euros. I don't know. Where are you, Juan? You're not in Britain then, because Britain's got their own currency, because they're not a bunch of bitches. Should it be renamed Ukrainian? No. No, I'm not. I don't know. Maybe the great and merciful Coronachan, she could put the little blue and yellow one. I did have a guy from Ukraine email me a very lengthy and well-documented email. I'm going to read separately on my own or from this one that gives the Ukrainian side of things, which I'm all for because I really don't have a hat in this race. I don't. And he was kind enough to provide that side of the story. So I'm very happy about that. But yeah, I haven't. All I do, I won't lie. My go-to source is Al Jazeera. It is because I figure they don't have a dog in this race. They didn't. They're going to tell it as it is. And so I just kind of keep up. And I really don't. I wish they'd stop. I wish everyone would live. Should there be a peaceful resolution to this? But I'd really just go to the death tolls and just see what's going on. You go to Yahoo News and Yahoo News is so weird. Well, why are you going to Yahoo News, Cappy? Because when I log out of an email, it immediately goes to Yahoo News. And Yahoo News is so worthless, so inaccurate, such lies. I mean, lies would indicate an intelligence you're trying to lie. This is just so stupid. It's so sensationalism, like, oh my God, rumors have it. Oh, the rumors, huh? That makes your front page. It's just, shingle blows off roof. Spies suspected. Like, okay, Yahoo, you have no filter. I guess that's what it is. There's no discernment. There's no integrity that what Yahoo News puts up on their thing. It's absolute trash. So I go to Al Jazeera, and they seem so far to be. They don't have opinion pieces. They don't have a 23-year-old college graduate ditz with journalism telling me how I should think and live my life. It's just Ahmed reporting numbers. They do a pretty good job. Well, Ukraine says this, Russia says that, U.S. and international and, nonprofit agencies say the third thing. So somewhere in there is the truth. I'm like, thanks, Ahmed. Who knew Al Jazeera? We would go to Al Jazeera. But yeah, that's the extent. Channel 1800 Dumb, our New Zealand agent in the field with the hot red-headed sister who I've yet to meet. For 10 New Zealand dollars. Love to Cappy. My sister's still sailing across the Pacific on a canoe to get to Cappy's house. Use some of them Polynesian sailing techniques. Does she a catamaran, right? Does she have a catamaran? Likes are free, gentlemen. Bless you all. Well, thanks, Channel 1800 Dumb. What by chance, if your sister is redhead, are any of you Irish or Scottish, like through the lineage? Because there's St. Patrick's Day here in the United States. Everyone still thinks I'm Irish, which I'm not. I'm Scandinavian. The techie that time forgot. This is a new guy. $5. Hey, Cappy, there are 40 useless aging millennials in a room. What is the probability that any two of them have the same favorite flavored soy latte? It's a good joke. That's a good joke. A punchline-less joke. Oh, you guys want one for daylight savings time? I got one that was good. So old Al, he's in the nursing home. All right. He's got a thing of shoe polish out, black shoe polish, and he's painting his unit black. And the nurse comes in. She says, oh, Al. I said, turn the clocks back. Turn the clocks back. Okay, because I mean, turn the cocks black. Get it? No, I said, turn the clocks back. He switched the L. Give that one to your old man. Your old man will like it. Those are good jokes. There are 40 useless aging. Well, isn't that redundant? Nah, kid. There's a lot of you millennials that tune in that you paid attention. You're doing good. There are 40 useless aging millennials in a room. What is the probability that any two of them have the same flavor? They're all conformists. When you say at least 30 of the 40, 75% of them do. Because they were told to like that one. What's happened to Brooklyn? Does anyone know what happened to Brooklyn? That was like ground zero for like the young kids who thought they knew more than us at 19 years old. And they're going to like tell us everything. And now what's going on? That was like 20 years ago, right? 15 years ago. Now that you're in your 30s, how's that working out? There's an article here from it's Huffington Post, so we can ignore it. And I'm being serious about that. But Dominic Bag, B-A-G, Nato, N-A-T-O, complaining they took out $130,000, signed it when he was 17. It should have been more. Now he's 37, 20 years later, finally paid it off. Film major. Hey, Bagnato, fuck you. I don't care about your bitching and whining. Fuck you, because you know what, Ben, or Bagnato? Guarantee you're one of those cocksucking elitists who thought you know so much. And let me guess, your solution to everything was to tax my money, take more of my money. See, like, maybe he grew up now, maybe figured it out, but back then, he was a know-it-all fuck. He thought he knew he could change the world. No. You're a lazy piece of shit. Maybe you're a mature adult now, and he did pay back his loan, so congratulations. I don't want to read your fucking, we should have known, my God, blah, blah. Boy, you sure came out strong like 15 years ago, lecturing your parents, not maybe you, Bagnato, but maybe the people like you, lecturing your dad, you know what, you have privilege. Fuck you. Aaron, he paid back his student loans. Yeah, no, very good. Proud of that. He's a real man. Now he's got his opinion. Fuck you. I want to hear you bitching about it. We had to suffer you dumbass, generally millennials, and your sanctimonious ass wipiness. You know, so much curly little beards. Shut up. I don't care. Oh, we should. In his article, I'm not going to read through it because it ain't worth it. Why didn't we tell anyone about finances? Hey, gee, I don't know. Maybe let's go over this again. Because the teachers don't know. And even if they did know anything about finances, they wouldn't tell you because you'd all vote Republican. You wouldn't vote Democrat when you found out how finances and economics work. You wouldn't. That's it. There's your answer. And also, by the way, your parents didn't know shit either. Because they were my generation. My generation was a bunch of dipshit fuckwits too. But wait. I thought you college-educated fuckwits, you knew everything. And what was much more important was fighting whatever, privilege, institutional privilege. What was much more important was having decades-long discussion about people's traits, their genitalia, their plumbing, and their melanin levels. I thought everything was about race and gender and whose genitalia we like to lick. I thought that was the most important conversation to have. We had to raise awareness. You've been raising, but none of you can balance a fucking checkbook. Fuck you, people. Just fuck you. Well, did you know I don't know anything about finance? Yeah, I've known. Yes, quite sometimes, Bagnato. Yes. Now, let me guess, you're still going to vote Democrat and more people's money. And stuff like sitting back like, wow, who lied to us? Oh, Democrats, socialists, and leftists did. Mainly those in the education system. Do you think maybe we ought to stop that? No, you got to vote Democrat. The children need more money. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. From the quarter Irish Jew. Fuck you. Actually, not even a quarter Irish, not even 3%. So sad. So sad. So there, I don't have to talk about that article. Maxi Mike, $2. That's right. Latter-day Saints, the true faith. Simpson said so. Wasn't it South Park? Wasn't it South Park? No. Scrolling. Oh, by the way, so 2022, I also want to get 2 goals, numerical goals. One completely frivolous, doesn't do anything. The other, yes, revenge. Yes. Very good, noble reason to get an enrollment figure, revenge. Want to get 100,000 on this channel. Also, I have a Cappy's Clips channel. That's a little thing I'm going to be running because I've wanted to do this for a while, like, just take excerpts and bests of. And I'm going to throw it up on my Cappy's Clips channel. So short little clips I'm going to do. And that has 850 subscribers now. I want to get to 1,000. And after that, I don't care what happens to it. I just got to get to 1,000, guys, because then it's a really good joke. And we could kick someone while they're down. Cappy, you would have kicked someone while they're... Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. That's the best time to kick people because they're lying there and they ain't moving. You ever try to kick someone who's running or jumping? It's very hard. I'm a short guy. It's got to be down on the ground, low, where I can reach it. I can't kick people up. Mike, no, did I skip anything? I'm sorry, guys. I don't want to skip that. Michael Manker, $5. When is the next Cappy dog live stream? Give the people what? No, that dog doesn't sit still, man. It knows when I want it to do something, and then you can't find it. And then when I don't want to be bothered, it immediately comes and bothers me. The dog of no real value. And here's another thing. I am allergic to the dog. So when I pet it, I got to kind of pull my sleeves up and kind of pet it like that. I'm always washing my hands. But if that dog gets on me, and it gets in my eye, it will flare up. So I don't really, because the dog is stubborn. And I got to kind of lift the dog. Here, you see the dog? Now its dander is all over me, and I blow up like a cactus. Do cactus blow up? I don't know. Maybe they do. I just see them when I go hiking. Vince H, $5. Newsflash, everything is chemicals. You are yes, we're chemicals and compounds, Vince. Yes. I'm not joking. Girls, it's not even nagging, but constantly updating your husband or your significant other, or anyone else for that matter. Just shut up. Look. We want you to be thin, bouncy, and happy, and fun, and singing our praises. We don't want you being the school mom. Ooh, that's bad for you. Ooh, that's bad for you. Ooh, that's bad for you, because that is worse than actually consume. Like, I bet you, unless you're smoking 5 packs a day or something like that. Let's say I don't smoke cigarettes, but let's say I had a cigarette, I don't know, once a week, just for whatever reason. Ooh, that's bad for you. You know what? You telling me it's bad for me is worse than this sole cigarette I'm having right now. Probably is. Just don't just never mind. No day. I was going to say someday I'll write a book telling girls how to treat their husbands, but no, because ain't no you're going to listen to it. You can't help yourselves. You just can't. It's just it's a program. You're going to execute on the program. And I've even tried to, when I was writing this book, there's a whole chapter, almost half of it is written for women. Well, literally half of it is written for women. And I'm writing, and I'm kind of like, are they even going to read this? Are they even going to listen to anything in here? But for the sake of the premise of the book, the intention of the book, I had to include women as well. And I did want to start getting some practice writing for women. And so, but when I tried to go and do some marketing, I reached out to the gals at feminist dating sites, not feminist, female dating strategy. I said, hey, I got this project out. I'd like to advertise. We're not ideologically aligned, but I think this is a good thing that will benefit your. And I'm being 100% honest and sincere. This will help out women. And I would say, oh, Cappy, are there lies in there? My female audience, one, probably doesn't need this book. 2, what's going to be legit and work best for you as opposed to. But I had to write it, obviously, largely for a leftist feminist female audience, because that's what they're going to want. They're not going to hey, you should lose weight and maybe fall in love. No, that's not on the table no more. So it applies for pretty universally to women, I'd say. And I just want to get some exposure. I'm willing to pay for advertising. And if there's any of the females listening, email me and let me know what sites I should go to, because I'm like, oh, I'm drawing a blank. Boldy.com? Do I go to Jezebel.com? And then he'll get back to you. Hey, would you like them? Running into this problem again. Do you want money? Who wants money? Anybody want money? I got some money. I'd like to give you the money. Do you want my money? No, crickets chirping. Girls are just gonna do what they're gonna do. Yeah. Let's scroll here. Yeah. No, yeah, it was like Clown Car. It was like they just kept coming out. Like, what's going on here? Oh, wow, we're far back on super chats. Oh, look. Oh, blessed are we. Our resident Latino. Hey, he's got the chat room covered. I don't have to worry about it. Channel 1800 dumb. 10 New Zealand dollars again. Time to decompress now, Cappy. Book is done. A friend of mine said, you go on a plane, you can't help your family unless you put your own mask on first. Chill out. Yeah, no, I'm it's vacation time, because like the past year was just working on that damn house, working on the book, doing seminars. I put together that new class. By the way, if you go to teachable.com and you search the Clary School of Economic Philosophy, there's a short 2.5 hour course, Achieving Financial Excellence. I did that. Yeah, lots of production. 2021 to 2022, if we were to do a school year, probably the most productive year of my life. Not the most hardworking. That was college, but this is the most productive. But I'm done now. It's going to be a year off, so I will take it easy. It was sad. I had like this. I would say it's the perfect house for me. It's not the biggest house. It's not the fanciest house, but for me, it's the perfect house. It has everything I want in it, and it's very low maintenance. I couldn't enjoy it. It was just like, I got to fix this. I got to do that. I got to do this. We got to do that. We got to get the grass to grow. We got to drain the swamp. We got to fill the swamp back up. We got to put gravel down on the swamp. You think putting a hole in the ground with water in it would be easy. It's got to get fungicide. Got to get the weedicide or whatever it was called. Christopher Surdak, $5. Just got back from a week-long speaking/book signing tour in Colombia. Really? Well, Chris, what's the book that you wrote it? If you're in Colombia, guys, what the fuck are we still in America? Chicas love America. Yeah. Sterling and what's his name? Troy Francis went down there. It sounds like it's just wonderful down there. I might go check it out. I'm gonna go to Panama instead. My aims overseas are more sovereign, financial, and political. And not even political. Those are even too strange. Not even financial. It's just like, leave me the F alone. It's the white man that causes shut. I'm done with it. I am the problem. I guess I'll remove myself from your life. Oh, where's all the money? I don't know, but I'm not the part of the problem no more. Have fun with your 16 kids from 15 different fathers. Zaranks, 10 generous dollars. French philosophers Charles Fourier, who died in 1837, about 11 years before the Declaration of Sentiments. Boy, Zaranks, I am humbled that you think I'm this educated on history. Said marriage is a prison for women. Feminism is almost 200 years old, Aaron. I'm angling. I do see that angle. I do see that. I understand logically that. But you have to remove all emotion, and you have to treat women like pure robots, that they have no emotion. They have, and also not only that, but they also have to, like we pass on an inheritance, they pass on their resentment and hatred for men for being kept women for all the 100,000 years or something. Like, they did not like being kept, and instead of like a new girl is born, say 1980. She's never been a kept. She didn't need no man. It doesn't matter. Her ancestors down the matriarchy have passed on the resentment and hatred for men that kept them. I'm not joking. I wish it was just like, so she takes that out on the innocent boy next to her who was also born in 1980, who just wants to play with the trucks and like did everything. The like, well, what? Oh yeah, women are equal. What do you mean, patriot? I just got here. It's for all the men in the past. It's payback. There was somebody who told me, like, it was a younger gal, like millennial age. And she said, finally, payback. It's like, you do understand you are punishing men of your generation that were never part of the patriarchy. They were not part of it. You're punishing innocent people. But she didn't. It was visceral. So, I mean, really, was there a genetic passing on? Like, you know, you naturally develop a distrust of wolves. Pretty sure every human, like, whoa, a pack of wolves is surrounding me. Like, you don't need to be explained that they're about to eat you. And you're like, well, I don't like this. Maybe genetically, girls just have a genetically programmed hardwiring resentment towards men. I'm being deadly serious. Because that's what the evidence, the empirical evidence seems to indicate. I'm looking around like you kind of have this us versus them mentality. And certainly for my generation, I'm like, okay, yeah, all right, sure, well, go do your thing. Right, okay, yeah. You're oppressing me. What are you talking about? I've done nothing but agree this entire time. Payback. One, you weren't oppressed. It was at least several generations before you. And then two, your oppressors, you don't have oppressors here. You have people generally agreeing with you. So that's why I'm saying I think maybe it is hardwired in there. But that would have to remove the. I don't know. I really, and this is where those guys talk about, you know, can women love men as men love women? I don't know. I know it's different. Maybe they just don't. Maybe it's like, what can you do for me? So I was writing the book and it was really sad. I'm just like, damn, man, like this could all go away if we just liked each other. We all went on diets and girls became feminine, men became masculine, and we just delivered. We could all. No. Let's stick off with our politics of hatred. Let's stick to that. That's all we got. I like this is so sad. Such a depressing book. Sir, Mr. Jason, $10. Thanks, Cappy, for all your content and all your books. Is the menu going to be an Audible eventually? Yes, that's why Jack Napier was being a whiny little pestering bitch the entire time, because we're going to have him do the audio, which we don't know because he faces a hurdle, which is none of his fault that he doesn't speak English. He does speak English, but it's not his native language. So it's really NPR-y, or I guess more BBC, where he's got the accent, but it's just so it's like it really sounds like those text to speech programs. It sounds robotic. So I'd like to have him do it because he has access to all these authors. If he could get it down where he has that English cadence conversationally, work. But yeah, it will be an Audible. And also, what was that hedonism book or curious in book you were talking about? The hedonism book. Hedonism book? The hedonism book. Maybe was this the one? It takes more of an Epicureanist view. It doesn't advocate outright hedonism, but without sex, the opposite sex, I mean, including sex. It's like, do this, do whatever you want. But it certainly isn't that shoot a needle in your arm. So I don't know. Was I writing it or was somebody else writing it? But that's not ringing a bell. So I'm sorry, I don't know about that. 20 generous dollars from the new guy, the techie that time forgot. $20. All right. Man, I could get like 4 gallons of gas. Unless you're in California, you get 2. California, shitty city, shitty state, shitty state, shitty state, shitty state. Traffic, gas price, traffic. Oh, I love it when people post their pictures of California gas prices. Like, oh, good. You evil people are suffering. The answer is 90%. You have to calculate the probability that none of them have the same. Oh, here we go. Here's the answer. Here's the joke. The answer is 90%. You have to calculate the probability that none of them have the same favorite flavor. Then subtract that from 100%. Spoiler alert. I'm your resident physicist agent in the field. Oh, okay. Right. You changed your handle then, didn't you? Maybe I just remember your email wrong. 90%. You have to calculate the probability. None of them. Subtract it for. So you're saying once two of them agree, everyone wants to conform? Is it a conformity joke? Is that what it is? That they all get tattoos and dye their hair and groom their beards? Is that the joke? Vince H, $10. Them. Get a college degree so you can enjoy your job. Me. Sandblaster, go burr. What are you in painting then? I presume painting. That is a handy tool to have, especially if you're working on cars. Channel 1800 dumb for $2 New Zealand dollars. Orgasmo Cappy. Yes, South Park. Yes, South Park. It was not. It was not Simpsons. It was the Mormons. The Mormons was the correct answer. Ron Suarez, one of our Latino agents in the field for $2. Aaron, how do I find a girls without baby daddies? Oh man, Ron, you're from Colombia, right? Well, you don't. Not in your culture. Absolutely, you got to go back to Colombia and find the young girls who ain't got pregnant yet. Okay, without baby daddies, obviously you got to go lower because the older people get, the more kids, the higher percentage of them going to have. Same thing with STDs. What group has the lowest STD rate? Young people, because they haven't had sex that much. How do you find girls without baby daddies? You just put no single moms on your dating profile and they will hate you. They will keep away from you like the plague. But yeah, it's just, and as you get older, it does not improve. It does not improve. Polska Bob, $5. Cappy, should I move to Minnesota? No. No. What's your other? Okay, wait. If your choices were North Korea and Minnesota, then I say, okay, go to Minnesota. But no, don't go to Minnesota. I don't care. The only way I would go to Minnesota is if they were paying you an insane amount of money, like $300,000. And you would be there for 2 years. You make your money, get out. But otherwise, there's no reason to go there beyond 2 or 3 years. Maybe 5 max. 5 max. Sam Whiskey, most American name in America. $5. Cappy, was your bike riding adventure influenced by Cannonball Baker? No, because I don't even know who Cannonball Baker is. It's Cannonball. I thought you were going to say Cannonball Run. Cannonball Baker. Erwin Baker. American motorcycle and automobile racing driver, organizer, first half of the 20th century. Baker began his public career as a vaudeville performer, driving and racing, winning a dirt track. Famous for record-setting point-to-point drives in which he was paid to promote the products of various motorcycles. 143 cross-country motorcycle speed runs. 550,000 miles. Wow. Purchased the Indian. Oh, he purchased an Indian motorcycle. Entering local races. That guy sounds kind of cool. No, he did not inspire me. It was my hatred of staying indoors and doing nothing with my life that prompted me to go and do my motorcycle riding adventures. His would have been a lot more fun because you didn't have paved roads. You didn't have all these. There was no interstate system. You got to go from town to town to town. That would have been real fun. Rohani 33, new guy here, $5. Hey, I read Worthless, too late. About to graduate with a psych degree. I know, how did that book not make the rounds? Like, I know every kid just wanted to go and do what they wanted to do, but how did not, it came out 11 years ago, so I was in my 30s, so it still would have been boomers largely in charge. I remember trying to get into so many people's hands, like Dennis Prager, Joe Souchere. I didn't even bother with Rush. I mean, just here, get this out there. And all these boomers just like, I'm old and I don't understand anything. All the pain that could have been avoided with that $12 book. I was thinking I could use it to be a pilot in the Navy. What do you think? Man, you're just going to have to go back to school. And I don't think they don't take that. No, you gotta have like an engineering or STEM degree to be a pilot in the Navy. I mean, you can go into the Navy, but you get to go back to school, son. And the only thing I think you could do with it is go get a doctorate in psychology so that you could become a therapist and open up your own practical shop. I mean, there's money in that. I will admit that. Like but the bachelor's degree, no, it's nothing. You're just Tina from Edina. Every day I need attention. Oh my God, like I think I just need more other people's money. Why are gas prices so high? I still care about the black people. Daddy's a patriarchal bastard. But if you got a doctorate, look, Dr. David Maloney is already booked. Dr. Sean T. Smith is booked. Dr. Helen Smith is booked. If you were to hunker down for 4 years, get your doctorate, just play the game. Oh, yeah, everyone wants to fuck their mother. Right. Yep. Okay, got it. Oedipus complex. Got it, Freud. Yep. Oh, yes. Having a penis is toxic. Oh, toxic. Well, okay. And then, boom, you go out and you should have a little bit of years experience first, so maybe a stint in the military would help. But yeah, men need help. It's not that they need a therapist. They just need someone to fucking listen. I don't know how much of your education would actually help out people. We know that the psychology profession really doesn't because everyone's getting worse. They're not getting better. But, if you just have a lendable ear, I think that would go a long way. But I don't think you become a pilot in the Navy. You got to, but so either you go that doctorate route, which is going to be a pain in the ass, or you just go back to school and you repurpose and get yourself an accounting degree or something that isn't just a laughably stupid joke. California. Sam Whiskey, $10. Whoa, Sam. Cappy, check out the Gonzalo Lira YouTube channel. Oh, yeah. Coach Red Pill, of course. He talks about the Russian perspective and lives in Ukraine. Trust but verify. I know. I'm fully aware of who Gonzalo is. I've watched Coach Red Pill. Watched it before he deleted all of his stuff. Christopher Surdak, $5 again. Cappy, you and Roland need to read Ian McGilchrist's work. We're all wrong. Women are logical. Men are emotional. Sounds interesting to me. Because there is, when it comes to dealing with the real world, absolutely, men are very logical. And women are all like, oh, do that for me. Because men will do it. The sex drive disparity. That's the whole reason the Hot Crazy Matrix exists. You guys want to get laid. So Bill Burr nailed it. Women are surrounded with this tornado of misinformation. And nobody corrects them when we want to fuck them. That's it. They are shielded from the real world. But I would not doubt for a second they are absolutely logical and mercenary when it comes to going and taking advantage of that situation. I would not doubt it for a second. And men are emotional, yeah. Because I'm a guy. I'm like, oh, it would have been nice. That would have been nice. Wouldn't that have been that would have been nice. No, we don't do it that way because in the real world, it doesn't work that way. Why do you hate me? I've dated women in the past. I know how it goes. You're breaking up with me? Well, yeah, because you're fucking your ex-boyfriend. How dare you? Men are emotional. We push out what we can't deal with. All right. Can you, Chris, can you email me that author's name? Because I'll forget it. Alex Patino, a truck driving Latino agent in the field for $10. Talk about femme resentment towards men for thousands of years. Have you heard of transgen in Ukraine who claim to be National Organization of Women are being forced to stay and fight? Suddenly they don't identify as men. No, it's great. Yeah, I can't imagine there's that huge of a community. But yeah, you want to play that game? You're going to stick around. Choices meet responsibility. The LARPing is over when war comes. Yeah, like, oh, you are? Okay, here's a gun. But I was born. No. You get to the front lines, Tom. But. Scrolling. Keep those doggies Well, hey, Rahul, how you doing, man? Where have you been? Rahul, our East Indian agent in the field, for 100 rupees, which is what, $10? We gotta look it up later. Lost 24 pounds in 2 months just fasting. Feel a lot healthier now, thanks to you, Cappy. Last 4 years have been fantastic and life good. Good. Hey, send some before and after pictures, Rahul. That's great news. Vince H again for $5. Prepping rifle parts for what's Sierra Cody? Hang on. Now I gotta look up all this stuff. Sierra Cody. Global leader in thin film ceramic coatings? What is Sierra Cody? Sierra Cody is a specialized coating that can be applied to wood, polymers, metals, and plastics. Is composed of polymer ceramic compound. So you're like bluing your guns? Is that what you're doing? You're bluing them? If you're like, what's bluing? That's like when you get a pistol, which I could show you. It's got that matte black finish. That's not what it looks like coming off the assembly lines. A little more shiny metallic, and then you blue it, even though it's not blue, it's gray, and it darkens it to make your guns dark gray. Vlad. Oh no. I was at dinner yesterday and they had the sports ball and it was March Madness. I'm like, can you turn that off? I'm like, well, what do you want? I'm like, anything but this. Just because we're at kind of a nice place to eat, because I was celebrating finishing the book. And the best they could find is the Home and Garden Network, HGTV. And they have those shows where it's like, here's this big ass house you can't afford. That show. And I like them because you look at the carpentry and the woodwork and craftsmanship, and you look at and it's not always the girl that wants to spend a lot of money. A lot of times it's the guy who's the frivolous one. But that was much better than watching Jamoke Jones and Diddler Dan. Well, Diddler Dan scores 32 points a game for Villanova. And Jamoke Jones, what? Sophomore out of Gonzanga. What is it? That's the only time you ever hear of that school. Gonzaga? Is that a school? The Techie Tech, the time for God, again for $5. That was a statistics question. Do you need me to reconnect your neural synapses? Yes. I'd have to. Yeah. Let me wake up. We're not all physicists. Okay. You might have a slight IQ edge on us all here. Just a little. Aubrey on fire. 13 Canadian dollars. How's the menu coming along? It's done. It's done. It's off to the editors. And then when that comes back, I got to put together the cover. I was going to have Rolo do it, but I can do it myself. I was looking at like the design. I'm thinking like, oh, okay, even I can handle that. That's not that hard. I can handle that. So that's going to be that. But yeah, it's done. So I don't know, depending on how long it takes people to get back to me with editing, it could be as soon as, well, yeah, then Amazon's got to approve it too. Safely say a month. That'd be the longer one, but it could be 2 weeks. MA, $2. When will the boomers go away? Step aside. Well, when the last one dies. I don't know. I mean, they'll never go away because they didn't save money for retirement. So all of them are going to still be, I mean, my God, can we just get a Gen X president now? Not because I'm Gen X and I want to, but I'm just so sick of, have we had enough boomers? Have we had enough boomers? Can we move on now? I mean, Biden, my God. It isn't even that he's a trust fund baby or a Democrat. It's like, man, you've lost your marbles. You should not be you should not be in office. Whoa, $200, Ed. Jeez, man. You have nothing better to, please tell me you had nothing better to do with this, like car insurance or something. Hey, Cappy, been on the seas as a merchant seaman. Oh, merchant marines, eh? I enjoy downloading and listening to your content. 26, I've just started making real money. How should I go about investing? Where and how would I begin learning about investments? Thanks for being a logical person. Well, the easiest way we go by bachelor pad economics, not because I want to squeeze a couple more bucks out of you, but it goes into detail there. But to answer your question, for the here and now, what you're going to want to do is go through your employer, and they should have some kind of retirement plan. That is going to be a 401k, very likely, I think, because you're working for a private company. But it may be something different. I don't know if you're a union or not. So your employer might have a retirement plan, 401k, 403b, 457, something like that. The union, if you're with a union, they might also have a retirement plan. I wouldn't know what they call it, but I know like the railroad union, they got their own retirement plan. So you could have two options there where it's like, oh yeah, you go through the union or you could go through your employer, and they'll tell you what to do. And if you don't have either, neither the union nor your employer offers a retirement plan, you could set up your own, which is an IRA account. Okay. So you're going to have to talk to whoever it is, your boss, find out what the retirement plan is you contribute to. Or you set up an IRA, individual retirement account, and you do that through some brokerage, Vanguard, Fidelity, one of those. So you set up the account, and it's just like setting up a bank account. You have to put money into the bank account. So you would go to a bank. I like to open an account at whatever, Wells Fargo. Say, okay, we set up your account, and you got to cut them a check or give them money to put money in the account. It's the same thing with your investment account. It's pretty much the same thing as a brokerage account. You got to fund the account. All right. So if you have an IRA, you put your whatever, I think this year you could put up to 6,500 each year. You could contribute to your account a certain amount. And then they say, okay, here's the $6,500. Then you also have to invest it. So either it's probably going to be online. If you have an IRA, you log in, you say, oh, I want to have it diversified in whatever, the S&P 500 index, a target date fund based on when I retire. See, 26, 65, 40, add 40 years to now. You would look at the 2065 target date retirement plan. And all that does is, it's off these type of plans. A target date means you plan to retire at this date or around there, plus or minus 5 years. And instead of you constantly tweaking and adjusting, some international stock here, the S&P 500 here, bonds here, that target date fund, as you get older, they naturally change your allocation to fit your age. And so that's the easiest way to do it. So that's how you do it with an IRA, Fidelity, Vanguard, whatever, set up IRA, fund it, invest in it, and every year you throw in the amount for an IRA. Or with your employer, they would have a 401k type of plan where you contribute to it, and then hopefully they match it. If they don't match it, that's fine, but you contribute to your 401k, and it's the same thing. You got to pick what investments you're going to throw that money into. Now, depending on how much you make, there's limits as to how much you can contribute. I mean, you can contribute as much as you want. Whether you get a tax deduction is another issue, and that's more of a question for an accountant. But that's basically what you do. Now, you could set up an IRA and a 401k. Now, if you set up a retirement plan through your employer, that doesn't preclude you from setting up an IRA. So do both, man, if you want. You're probably going to have to talk to an accountant, though, like how much you make is good. Like if you make too much, you don't get the tax deduction. And then that doesn't mean you shouldn't throw money into it. Just means you don't get the tax deduction. And so that's, you still want to save money for retirement like a regular brokerage account. It just isn't designated as a 401k or an IRA. And that's it. That's all it is. And what I would do for you, the best thing for you to do is just set automatic deposit. Like you say, okay, I could contribute $6,500 a year, divide that by 12 or however many payments you get, however frequency your checks are. And just, $700 a month goes into that account, and it automatically invests. You can set to auto invest into whatever the underlying investments are that you have on your retirement account. And that's the easiest way. Like it's saving money for a rainy day. Just have it automatically so you don't worry about it. Don't look at it. Ooh, did it go up? Did it go down? You only care about what it is when you're 65 years old. And then in 40 years, and you're starting young, it's a great time to start. So in 40 years time, and maybe if you're bored, you want to listen to some podcasts, listen to The Power of Compound Interest. See how that works. You should be set. You should be totally okay. But yeah, get Bachelor Pad Economics because it goes through in more detail there. You may also want to pick up Early Retirement Extreme by Jacob Lund Fisker. That's how to retire early. But if you're making good money, you're out having a good time being a merchant marine, you don't have to do that. But making that good money, he'd show you how to retire at 45 or 50 instead of 65. But dang, man, thanks for the $200. I'll put this up. Well, you're listening to it now, but I'm going to convert this as always into MP3s. But thank you very much. What am I going to do? You know what? That actually is going to go to some landscaping material. I bet you I could get, I don't know. I'd have to figure out what the landscape bricks cost, but that's definitely going to help with the landscaping. You guys think I'm joking, like, oh, I'm just a poor guy. I'm going to be very, very judicious and frugal and responsible. No, I am getting the landscaping. The reason why is I don't want my house, like, getting mud dumped on it. I want to protect my investment. It's Gazanga. Thank you, Miss Showen. Hatton Clogs, $2. On my way, Kevin. Yeah, Hatton Clogs, he's coming to town. So gonna have cigars and gonna go for a hike. Wonder. This is a new guy. This is cool handle. $10. Hey, Cappy, there was a survey done between actively and passively managed finances, and it's shown that 49% of all assets are now passively managed. The days of finance bros is coming to an end. Oh, yeah, that's long over. Yeah. You do not become a finance mate. No, there's no reason. Even those professional finance guys, it doesn't matter your education level, doesn't matter if you got a CFA, the index beats all your asses over enough time. There's no reason you pay for a financial advisor. It's index funds. Invest early, invest your amount. Here, y'all want to know how you retire? Don't have kids you can't afford. That's it. It's even before you start saving for retirement. But the number one thing, don't have kids you can't afford. You'd be amazed how good your finances are if you don't have kids you can't afford. Don't major in stupid shit. Don't commit crime. You'd be amazed how easy it is to save up for retirement if you do that. A lot of people I have 5 kids and divorced, and my wife took half my money. And how do I save for retirement? You don't. I took a shotgun and blasted off my foot. How do I get a foot back? You don't. It's over. Yeah, but do not major in finance. It's over. Those finance guys, it's done. It's done. They're now an 80s movies reference. Rahul, 100 rupees again. Cappy, any plans on buying more rental real estate now that you have finished? No, I'm not. No. In the United States, no. Not with rent moratoriums. No. If I'm buying any real estate, it will be overseas, and I don't even know where. It's going to be overseas, and I got to do reconnaissance next winter. That's what I got to do. And so I get to travel, and it's not going to be fun. Everyone, oh, isn't it fun? It's not going to be fun. It's going to be flying long distances in tight compartments and hoofing and walking around a lot, doing a lot of research. Cynic in Chief, our van life agent in the field, confirmed. Sam Cappy likes semen. Hey, $200. I like a lot of things. Polska Bob, $5. Cappy, Pop, and Blake want to know. Oh, Pop and Blake want to know why you hate Minnesota so much. What, are they nuts? Are they watching me right now? Was there a conversation? Don't they know? I'll call Blake. I'll tell him later. I think we're caught up. Wait, is Pop here? Oh no, that just looks like Pop's handle. It's an anime character. Sad news. Let's go through the news. You guys like the news? So I'll tell you a background story. So there's this place called the Lamplighter, or there was this place called the Lamplighter. And it was just this, it was the Star Wars bar, but it was a strip club. It was just this seedy, effed up, crazy strip club over on the north side of St. Paul. And I used to teach ballroom dance classes just down the road from us on Rice Street. Have them look it up. Johnson High School. I think I even remember the high school name. And so I teach dance classes, and my buddy, his folks lived further north on Rice Street into the suburbs. So I say, hey, John, you want to go, we get a burger at the Chalet for $1, and we go to the strip club. Now, I'm not a big strip club guy. I think it's stupid. It's a waste of time. If I'm going to spend that money, I better be getting laid, because all you're doing is spending your money getting tortured. And oh, man, all the immigrant laborers would be there like up against the glass and sliding like, It's like, hey, Jose, for like that amount of money, you could fly to Vegas, drive to Pahrump where it's legal and get laid. You don't have to like torture yourself. You don't have to torture, but they do that. So sad. You're making $15 an hour roof and that's how you spend your money. Anyway, we'd go to this strip club because you could sit. You didn't have to constantly be giving money to the girls. There was a bar and they had food. And the real, and those are all reasons enough to go there. But the real reason is you didn't know what these girls were going to look like. There was a range, man. There'd be the girl who was like hot, like, whoa, where'd she come from? And then there was the gal who was missing a leg and C-sections and all that other stuff. You'd see them, you're like, these were the predecessors. The vast majority of them in the middle were the predecessors to the ratchet ass hoes that you'd see on Fresh and Fit. That was kind of ballpark for what you could expect. But then there'd be the freak shows, and then you'd be like, dang, look at that hot MILF that just walked in the room. Look at that. She's okay. But you never knew. You never knew what was going to show. But the fact was, no cover. You could sit, you could have a drink, and you didn't have to constantly be throwing money at the girls. Well, Minnesota, where nothing fun is allowed, and St. Paul, where I think St. Paul, Minneapolis started requiring ID cards, vaccination cards. And then they also, St. Paul passed rent control. They have this pussy of a mayor, Melvin Carter, and everyone was like, first black mayor. Oh my God. Is he any good? Because there's this other black dude who said, fuck his color. What about the content of his character? And they switched that now in St. Paul because they hired somebody with absolutely no fucking character. Just this pussy fucking parasite. Go look him up. He's just this pussy parasite. Other people's money, other people's money. So he has no character, but he's like, look, I'm black. I'm black. Oh my God, I'm black. I'm the first black man. Me. Carver, fuck you. So this guy, it's not this guy. I mean, there'll always be, we just got to get rid of everyone in Congress. It's not the Congress people. It's the people that vote him in. The people of St. Paul are morons. They literally just voted in a guy. This is how dumb this guy is. Okay, St. Paul children might have some problems. A lot of poor kids at St. Paul. A lot of poor parents at St. Paul don't have kids you can't afford. But ignore that white guy who knows what he's talking about. He's not black. Screw his content of character. He ain't got the right color of skin. Right, Martin Luther King? You see how weird we are now? So, no doubt about it, there's a lot of poor kids in St. Paul. Now, this guy, Melvin Carter, pussy extraordinaire, fucking brainstem. I'm going to give each kid a $50 U.S. savings bond, which don't mature for years. It's $50 fucking dollars, which isn't $50 fucking dollars. That's $50 like 20 years from now. Okay, that's $50. All right. That is not going to solve the problem of little Bobby, whose mom is a fucking whore with 7 kids from 6 different dads fucking and pimping over on University Avenue. That's not going to help that kid. telling the kid early, like, hey, don't do what your mom did because she's a whore. Don't be like your dad who left the family and sprayed and didn't pray. Just like, and don't major in stupid shit. Like the boy bond by Tano over there who majored in theater. Right? That's going to help the kid out. But again, we are talking one of the dumbest people ever, elected by some of the dumbest people ever, because he said pretty things. So these people, we got a housing problem. So what do? They put rent controls in, and they also have it apply to new construction. And there's an article. We don't have to go through it. New housing construction dropped by 90% in St. Paul. I wonder if that's going to help with housing, huh, Melvin? Mayor Carter, look, man, I am terribly sorry. You are literally one of the, I'm not trying to slam on you. I'm just trying to describe you. And I do feel sorry. I am sorry. You're literally one of the dumbest people, on par with Ocasio-Cortez, to be a mayor of a major city. I'm sorry you don't understand how shortages work, because you were just jerking off to your skin color, apparently, the entire time. Oh, he's got an MBA, guys. MBA. I'm sorry that you didn't pick up a single damn thing that's going to help the citizens of St. Paul. All right. I know you're popular. Oh, by the way, did you know you're the first black mayor of St. Paul? Did you know that? So that's the type of town this is. And so they had to, so I'm sure some of this had to do with the closing, but and this is not true. This is not false either. It is in kind of a rough part of town. So here's the bad news. St. Paul's last strip club closes amid violence and fierce neighborhood opposition. The lamp. Oh, let's go to the things from the Pioneer. No, Star Tribune. The Lamplighter Lounge, St. Paul's last strip club, which faced fierce neighborhood opposition after hundreds of police calls in recent years and the killing of a young woman in the parking lot, has closed. The property management company that leases space to the club in a strip mall at the corner of Rice Street and Larpenteur Avenue confirmed the closure on Tuesday via email, but did not comment further. St. Paul's Department of Safety and Inspections has also been notified that the Lamplighter would be canceling its licenses, said St. Paul spokesman Susie Donovan. Neighbors in the North End noticed the club signs had been taken down. City Council President Amy Brendmoen said rigid new operational mandates to be imposed on the bar by the city may have contributed to the closure. Right. Okay. See, what's funny is, do you really think it's the strip club or the people in the neighborhood? That's what it, like, the strip club didn't shoot the poor girl. The strip club doesn't do the drug deals. It's the people. And if you're wondering, like, the moral caliber and character of the people, I mean, ultimately it is the people. Look who they elected. A brainstem with an MBA, who, by the way, did you know he's the first black mayor of St. Paul? Wonder how that's going to work out. So you could slap all the fees and all, but oh my God, it's a dangerous neighborhood. I don't know. Stop having kids you can't afford. Like, I know the Democrats' solution to everything is more of those people's money. To that, my solution would be stop having kids you can't afford. And after 30 years of an experiment, we'll see which city or county or wherever, however you want to do that experiment, see which one comes out better. Mine doesn't even require taxes or cutting tax. It really doesn't. It has nothing to do with fiscal policy. It's just stop having kids you can't afford. I wonder if the neighborhood would be better. I wonder if prostitutes would be shot in parking lots. Cappy, it's the color of skin over content of character. You got the wrong skin. Oh, so I do. Never mind. I'm just a white guy. Never mind that my policies would be effective. Never mind. Go with the brainstem, who, by the way, is black. Did you know that? First black mayor of St. Paul. Fucking such a douche. You ever meet them? No, but it's like, okay, another NPC, man. Yeah, I know. I can finish your sentences. Yeah, I mean, this coffee mug of John Fitch, it has more intelligence. Whoa, there's still coffee in there. Whoa. Hang on. Excuse me, gotta make sure that doesn't short out the computer. All right, there we go. I just don't. Yeah, okay, buddy. Yeah, more of other people's money. Hey, you sound a lot like Tina from Edina. More of everybody's money. I wonder if that's gonna work. Okay, all right, Melvin. We got. Yeah, I know. Oh yes, horribly racist. Yep, because I actually want to do something practical to help out your community. Oh, come on. Oh, did I short it? Oh, darn it. I think I might have shorted it. Darn it. Hang on. Oh, darn it. I might have shorted my thing. Nope. Oh, man. I screwed up. All right. Well, anyway, that closed. Darn it. Hang on. Let me try this. All right. Wow. I screwed up something. Think I can operate part-time here. Let me find the article again. It won't let me go to the thing. Let's try this. Open up a new private window. All right, there we go. Why do you not let me do this? Okay. Got it. All right. My computer's on the fritz. O'Brien oversees the alliance group of local leaders, community members working to improve the intersection where St. Paul, Roseville, and Maplewood meet. Said she didn't know any single cause for the closure, but credits community members, blacks. The last name is Black, not a black family. I think that's the person who passed away. And help local leaders, including Brad Moen, for turning up the pressure on the club owner. Yep, it's the strip club, not the people. After her daughter's death, Black founded Mothers Against Community Gun Violence and led peace walks. There you go. Oh, hang on. Lamplighter, boo-doo-doo. Just bear with me. You know where I'm going with this. Who died? Why isn't anyone... I want to know okay, here we go. Nia Black, 23, was shot and killed in the parking lot June 20th. Black's family, led by her mother, LaTanya Black, joined forces with community leaders. Guess what, guys? Father could not be reached for comment. Just pointing out, some people might be alive if their dads were involved. Just pointing it out. Shut up. Someone's dead. And then the mom started a GoFundMe. Great. Good for you. All right. Hooray. I just felt like Nia's spirit kept pushing me to make a difference. I had to be my daughter's voice. Someone took her voice. Justice was served for her in the community, she said, upon learning the Lamplighter's closure. No, justice would be finding the person that tragically shot your daughter. That would be justice. It is not this. Never mind. Who cares? I'm thrilled that the Lamplighter at Rice and Larpenteur has finally closed. Ramsey County Board Chair Trista Matas Castillo said in a written statement, it's no coincidence that St. Paul's last strip club was located in a neighborhood that has been underinvested and ignored for years. And I am proud that the investment and attention we have put into this area has helped us clean up a spot that has hurt many people. You know what it's going to be? What's worse than having a strip club in your neighborhood is blight. Like having an empty office space. Ain't no one going to that neighborhood no more. I remember it was just solid blue collar. You could buy through the regular. Yeah, it got kind of crappy over the time. But the strip club wasn't the problem. All right. Oh, geez. Did I screw up? All right. You know what? Let me. Lamplighter closed. Okay, hang on. Nope, that's not. I'm screwed up. Guys, I'm going to have to log out and come back in. I'll be back. Hang on. Oh, it brought me back here. Oh. So there's that. Let me make sure I didn't miss any super chats because that'd be bad. Oh, there is. There's a ton. See? That's why I shouldn't have done that. Okay, let's go through some super chats. So there it is. Lamplighter's closed. It's the lamplighter's fault. Nothing is ever the neighborhoods or people's fault. Robert Donovan, $10 a dude, bro. Finance guy told me that index investing got only average returns. I replied, no, it gets me the returns of the market averages. Well, yeah, it gets average returns. Dude bros get worse than average returns. Yeah. Don't listen to the dude bros. I'm surprised they're still there. Purple Mayo, $10, 100%. Being a landlord is dead. Bought my first place in a crap neighborhood because it was cheap and thought I could convert it into a duplex rental property later. 2020 proved that that was a bad idea. You do not become a landlord in the United States. You just don't. You just don't. Read my book, The Menu. When it comes out, I talk about setting up the bachelor hut. I think that is the ideal form of lodging now. But I think gone are the days that you become a landlord. If you want to invest in a real estate investment trust that manages rental property, okay, but you do not become a landlord. Absolutely not. You can rent out rooms to your buddies because that's a roommate agreement, but you do not become a landlord. Zaddy Putin, new guy, $10. Russia will be fine without McDonald's and Facebook and OnlyFans. It'll be better. And Western consumer is garbage. It's called minimalism. I took Cappy's class, and that's when I decided we could invade. Oh, this is actually Vladimir Putin. I'm glad, thank you, President Putin, for taking my class. I appreciate that very much. Oh, that minimalism class will be opening. There's 2 classes on Teachable. One is Achieving Financial Excellence. That's the short one. The longer, more serious one on a tangentially related topic is Achieving Minimalism. That's the long one. That's $450, $500 with taxes. That'll be opening. I don't know. It's the 18th already. Let's make it the 22nd. I'll do it the 22nd. David, 128, $5. Minnesota budget surplus, $9.3 billion. Government Waltz proposes giving $500 checks to the residents. The Minnesota residents are happy they're getting their money back. You should probably give it back to the taxpayers, not just the residents. I guess that's better than like, we're going to give it to single moms and the professors and the teachers. I don't care. 2021 was the first year I didn't pay no Minnesota income tax or property tax or sales tax or gas tax. And not one person in Minnesota said I was the cause of their problems. I didn't deal with any traffic. I didn't deal with any snow. It was a very enjoyable year. All right. You caught up? I think I'm caught up. Let me see if I can use my crippled computer here. All right. No, still a little off. Bear with me. Close tab. Can I do it that way? Okay, I can right click, close tab. Ellie Wong wants more women. You know what? I'm going to open up a different browser. And that way, let's do that. Ellie Wong. Okay, didn't want to do that. Wow, this computer is screwed. I'm going to have to leave it outside. Oh, I need the Atlantic version. Do what I say, damn it. Oh, here we go. All right. I don't know if it's going to force me back. All right. Maybe this works. Maybe it doesn't. From the Atlantic. Nope, it's not going to let me do it. Okay, let's close this. No, I don't want to close these tabs. I just want to close this tab. Is it going to stay? Is it going to be fickle? The Atlantic comedy special about how wanting to cheat on your husband. Ali Wong's latest show is hilarious, filthy, and accessible despite its potentially alienating subject matter. And here's just, I'm sorry, lady, you look like a douche. Look, I'm gonna dress like a comedian should. Look, I'm wearing a bright red leopard dress, and I got pigtails. Ali Wong isn't the type of comedian to simply walk onto stage. Here's where whoever wrote this, who wrote this? Who wrote by Shirley Lee? Here's where Shirley Lee takes the 6 years she spent at Columbia Journalism School to show you she could write a really good introductory paragraph. She's the kind who strides towards the mic carrying herself like a WWE wrestler whose anger fuels her strength. Hips forward, shoulders back, chin down, one eyebrow cocked. And in Dawn Wong, her third Netflix special, which is now streaming, she wastes no time in flexing her resentment. Great. So now you've lived up to every type of female comedian where it's, is this about the men? Is this about is Margaret Cho going to tell us about eating pussy again? Is it Margaret Cho just 15 years later? You know, I'm very jealous and bitter, she says in her set's opening line, enunciating the words with enough ire that even those seated in the nosebleeds could see the steam rising from her head. Wong is a master in indignant comedy. In her previous specials for the streamer, Baby Cobra and Hard Knock Wife, the comedian's observations about what? Let me guess. Woman, am I right? Marriage and motherhood came wrapped in a precise fury that felt resonant. Through gritted teeth, she voiced an identifiable frustration towards modern feminine's ethos of trying to lean in when, as she put it in all of her all-time best punchlines, she'd rather lie down. Aha! Aha! Ha! That's the best punch. That's the best punchline. I saw Paper Tiger with Bill Burr. Holy shit. You think, oh, he hit the first one out of the park. How do you follow up with an act like that? He did. Oh my God. Bill Burr, just go watch it. A Paper Tiger. But the best is, instead of lean in, I'd rather lie down. Am I right, girls? That's the best. Dawn Wong covers similar ground, but Wong's confessions are more audacious than before. I think my voice is... Instead of trying to keep the audience on her side, she dares them to look at her differently. And not only because she's not visibly pregnant this time. As she tells the crowd early in the special, all she wants to do... No, this keeps going back. This keeps effing up. All she wants to do now that she's well known and successful and capable of supporting herself is cheat on her husband. Okay, good. You go, girl. Okay. I have nothing to say about it. Just say, here you go. There's the media again. There's the Atlantic. There's Shirley Lee. Somebody look her up. Guarantee you it's a freaking nobody. I've never heard of this comedian. And in case you guys were wondering, Aaron, have women stopped talking about their vaginas and sex and in comedy? No, they haven't. Oh, it just is so bad. All right, let me try this. Close tab. No, that's still not gonna. Can I open that tab? Do I want to do that? We close that. We close that. You know what? Close the two tabs. I'll talk about the Black Lives Matter activist later. Hang on. Now I lost it. All right. Hang on. If I do that, there we go. Now I'm back. No, I'm just changing the... God darn it. Sorry, guys. There. All right. Let's go through any remaining super chats. We'll call it a day. Today's podcast is brought to you by Academic Composition. Go to academiccomposition.com. If you want to write papers for college students, like the other guy with his degree in film, went $140,000 into debt for that. Why did you know? Shut up. We're so sick and tired of you stupid college graduate. You went to college and you're so stupid. How? And we go to academiccomposition.com. If you want to write papers and make money working from home, or you're in college and you're like, why do I have to take a film class? And you don't want to dick with that shit. You want someone else to write your papers for you. Also, the Come On Man podcast. Tune into the Come On Man podcast with my twin brother. You'll see the pictures. Who else? I was on Hotep Jesus' show. Check out Hotep Jesus on YouTube. He's got a channel. God, I hope I can end the show. Scrolling. Rawhide. Who else do we have? Oh, Business Buyer Advantage. Talk to David Barnett before you buy yourself a business or you sell your business. I'm just trying to go through all these people that I probably owe some advertising because we haven't ran a regular podcast in so long. It's been a long time. Been a long, lonely 70s music sucks. Robert Donovan, $10. My point being that since 80% of finance, he's still going to try. 80% of finance dude bros can't beat the indices. Those returns are anything but average. Right. Why are you even talking to a finance dude bro anyway? Like, just go to the index fund, man. You don't need these guys. Are we caught up? My crippled laptop that has all the coffee spilled over it. I think we're caught up. All right, there you guys go. All right. Thanks for being with us here today. Hopefully things will get back to a normal schedule. I do have a lot of asshole consulting requests out there that I got to get to. And then, like I said before, in April, when I get back to the Northern Command, I may take a whole month off, but I would be doing podcasts. I probably won't be doing asshole consulting or other work. I think I'll just be doing podcasts and chilling the fuck out. The menu, Life Without the Opposite Sex, that'll be coming as soon as 2 weeks to a month. And then, I don't know, I'd go have some fun. It's spring. If you're really bored, take Achieving Financial Excellence. That's available at the Clary School of Economic Philosophy on Teachable. That's it. We'll see you guys later. Come on, work computer. Toodles.